What if, without warning, you suddenly found yourself somewhere completely unfamiliar? The sun is shining brightly above you. Warm air brushes across your face as the sound of traffic and music fills the streets. Everywhere you look, people are simply living their lives. Families are shopping together. Friends laugh outside cafes. Children chase a football through the neighborhood. It feels peaceful, almost too peaceful. Then, you begin to notice something strange. Conversations suddenly stop whenever a certain name is mentioned. Police officers stand on nearly every major street. Soldiers patrol nearby roads. People glance over their shoulders before speaking. Curious, you walk toward a newspaper stand. You pick up today's paper. The date immediately catches your attention. 1983, Medellín, Colombia. Your heart sinks. You haven't just traveled to another place. You've stepped into one of the most dangerous chapters in modern history. This is the rise and the fall of Pablo Escobar. Before the world knew Medellín for its violence, it was simply a beautiful city nestled between green mountains. Every morning, thousands of people filled its streets on their way to work. Street vendors prepared fresh fruit. Cafes welcomed their first customers. Children hurried to school while neighbors greeted each other with warm smiles. To an outsider, Medellín looked like any other growing city, full of hope, full of life. But beneath that ordinary routine, a powerful criminal empire was quietly expanding. Most people had no idea that their city was about to become known around the world, and neither did you. As you continue exploring the city, one name keeps following you. You hear it in cafes. You hear it on buses. You hear it whispered in markets. Even the newspapers seem unable to escape it. Escobar. Nobody says his name loudly. Some people speak with admiration. Others lower their voices the moment they mention him. To some, he is a generous businessman who builds homes and football fields for poor families. To others, he is already becoming one of the most dangerous men in Colombia. Yet despite the rumors, you've never actually seen him. Only the stories, the whispers, and the fear that follows his name. For days, you've heard the same name everywhere, Escobar. But today, you finally see the man everyone has been talking about. At first glance, he doesn't look like a criminal mastermind. He smiles, he shakes hands, he speaks with confidence. To many people around you, he's a successful businessman, a generous neighbor, a man who donates money, builds football fields, and helps families who have been forgotten by the government. Crowds cheer as he arrives. Children wave. Cameras follow his every move. But beneath the polished image lies an empire built on cocaine. Every smile, every luxury car, every mansion is funded by a business that is already spreading violence across Colombia. The city sees a hero. The world will soon see something very different. As you spend more time in Medellín, you begin to understand why everyone fears the name Escobar. This isn't just one man. It's an entire organization. The Medellín Cartel has grown into one of the most powerful criminal groups in the world. Money seems to flow everywhere. New buildings rise across the city. Luxury homes appear almost overnight. Expensive cars become common sights in wealthy neighborhoods. But behind the growing fortune, violence follows. Rival groups fight for control. Police work under constant pressure. Ordinary families find themselves caught between fear and uncertainty. Standing in the middle of the city, you realize this isn't just the story of one powerful man. It's the story of how an entire city was changed forever. Medellín no longer feels like the city you first arrived in. The music is still there. The cafes are still open. Children still play in the streets. But something has changed. Every loud noise makes people stop and look. Parents hurry their children home before sunset. Police checkpoints become part of everyday life. Soldiers stand guard outside important buildings. Fear has quietly become part of the city's daily routine. Nobody knows what tomorrow will bring. Yet despite everything, people continue going to work. Shop owners open their stores. Families gather for dinner. Life doesn't stop. And that's what surprises you the most. Even during one of the darkest chapters in Colombia's history, ordinary people never stop trying to live ordinary lives. Weeks pass, and the city feels different once again. Everywhere you go, people are talking about one thing. The search has intensified. Police patrol the streets in greater numbers. Helicopters circle overhead. Checkpoints appear across the city. Rumors spread faster than the morning newspapers. Some say he's already escaped. Others believe he's hiding somewhere nearby. Every day brings another headline. Every day brings another search. Then, one afternoon, the news spreads across Medellín. Pablo Escobar is dead. Some people celebrate. Others stand in silence. But for most families, they simply hope that life can finally begin to feel normal again. As the days pass, Medellín slowly begins to move forward. The streets become busier. Families return to parks. Children fill the football fields once again. The city still carries the memories of its past, but it refuses to let that past define its future. Standing on the same hillside where your journey began, you take one last look across Medellín. Then, the world around you begins to fade. The mountains disappear. The streets grow silent. And before you know it, you're back in the present. You didn't just witness the rise and fall of Pablo Escobar. You witnessed the resilience of an entire city and the strength of the people who refuse to give up. History isn't only about the people whose names fill the headlines. It's also about the millions of ordinary lives shaped by those moments. So, where should we travel next? If you enjoyed this journey through history, subscribe to Null Frame Studios, because our next adventure might take you somewhere even more unbelievable.